In a quiet little village, surrounded by rolling green hills, where the wind whispered softly through the trees and the nights were filled with silver moonlight, there lived a small boy named Ayan. Ayan had kind eyes, he had gentle hands, and inside his heart he carried the brightest dreams. But he also carried something else, something heavy, something quiet. Ayan was afraid. Every morning, Ayan walked to school holding his backpack tightly. He loved learning, he loved numbers, he loved stories. And whenever the teacher asked a question, Ayan almost always knew the answer. His heart would whisper softly, "Raise your hand, you know this." But then, fear would speak louder. What if you're wrong? What if everyone laughs? What if you make a mistake? So Ayan would lower his eyes and stay quiet, even when he knew he could shine. Have you ever felt like that? Like you had something bright inside you, but you were too scared to let it out? That's how Ayan felt, every single day. At night, after dinner, Ayan would sit by his bedroom window. The world would grow quiet, the moon would rise, and thousands of tiny stars would sparkle in the sky. Ayan loved watching them. "They're so brave," he whispered one night. "They shine in the big, dark sky, and they're not scared at all." He rested his chin on the windowsill. "I wish I was like you," he told the brightest star. "I wish I wasn't afraid." The wind blew gently through his curtains. And then, something magical happened. The brightest star in the sky began to glow, brighter and brighter. It shimmered, it flickered, and slowly, very slowly, it floated down from the sky, down past the clouds, down past the rooftops, until it hovered gently in Ayan's room. Soft golden light filled the space. Ayan blinked. "Am I dreaming?" he whispered. The star gave a tiny musical laugh. "Maybe," it said softly, "but sometimes dreams are where courage begins." Ayan sat up in his bed. "You're not scared?" he asked. The star tilted slightly. "Oh, little one, I was terrified." Ayan's eyes widened. "You were?" "Yes," said the star. "When I was born, my light was very small, so small that no one noticed me. The bigger stars sparkled proudly. They lit up the whole sky. But me? I barely glowed at all." Ayan listened carefully. "Sometimes," the star continued, "clouds covered me completely. Sometimes space storms shook me. Sometimes I felt like disappearing." Ayan swallowed. "That's how I feel in school," he admitted quietly. The star moved closer, glowing warmly. "Do you know something important?" it asked. Ayan shook his head. "Courage does not mean you are afraid. It means you shine even while you are." The room felt warmer, safer, calmer. The next morning, Ayan woke up with the star's words echoing in his heart. "Shine even while you are afraid." At school, the teacher wrote a math problem on the board. "Who can solve this?" she asked gently. Ayan's heart started racing. Thump, thump, thump. His hands felt cold. Fear whispered again, "Don't do it." But then he imagined the tiny star in the dark sky, small, shaking, but glowing anyway. Slowly, very slowly, Ayan raised his hand. The classroom felt very quiet. "Yes, Ayan?" the teacher smiled. His voice trembled a little, but he answered, and he was right. Soft clapping filled the room. Not loud, not overwhelming, just warm and kind. And something inside Ayan lit up. Days passed. Ayan still felt afraid sometimes, when he spoke in assembly, when he joined the art competition, when he made a new friend. But now, when fear whispered, courage whispered back. It's okay to be scared. Just shine anyway. And every time Ayan tried, even when he made mistakes, his light grew stronger. Not perfect, not huge, just brighter. One afternoon, something went wrong. Ayan answered a question, and this time he made a mistake. A few children giggled. His cheeks burned. His chest tightened. Fear came rushing back. See? You should have stayed quiet. That evening, Ayan sat by his window again. The sky was cloudy. No stars were visible. He felt small. Maybe I'm not meant to shine, he whispered sadly. And then, through a thin crack in the clouds, a tiny glimmer appeared, the same bright star. Even behind the clouds, it was still glowing. Softly, patiently. The clouds didn't stop it. They only hid it for a moment, and Ayan understood. Mistakes were clouds. They don't take your light away. They just pass. Weeks later, the school announced something exciting. There would be a talent day. Students could sing, paint, tell stories, or share something special. Ayan loved telling stories, but standing on a stage, in front of everyone, his stomach flipped. Fear roared loudly this time. This is too big. But that night, as he looked at the sky, he didn't wait for the star to come down. He placed his hand on his chest and said softly, "My light is already inside me." On Talent Day, his legs shook, his hands trembled, but he walked onto that stage. He took a deep breath, and he began. His voice was soft at first, but as he told his story, he forgot about fear. He saw smiles. He heard quiet laughter. He felt connection. When he finished, the applause was loud, but what mattered most was not the clapping. It was the warmth in his heart. He had shone, even while afraid. That night, Ayan looked up at the stars again. They sparkled brightly above him, and the brightest one shimmered warmly. But something was different. If you looked very carefully, you might have noticed it was shining just a little brighter, as if it were reflecting another light, the light of a small, brave boy. A boy who learned that fear doesn't disappear. It just becomes smaller when courage grows. And somewhere in that quiet village, under a silver moon, two lights shone together, one in the sky and one in a small, brave heart. And maybe, just maybe, there is a small star watching you too, reminding you that it's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel unsure, because inside you there is a light, and it is stronger than you think. So tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine your own star, glowing softly, whispering gently, "Shine anyway." Sweet dreams, little star.